to be a part of my chapter?
Hey, look, Doug's flying.
Me brother.
I was known as the awkward kid in my schools.
Oh, I'm stuck. Get up.
Most importantly, are you ready to be a reinventor? And there goes the last few lads and lasses to wish them a happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to be spinning around for a bit, so I'm just going to spin around. Spin, 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 spin. Thanks. There, now I can get a good look at you. Well, happy Valentine's Day or whatever holiday it is, and happy birthday to Olivia and to all my friends and whatnot who have a birthday today. How are y'all doing today? It is the beautiful holiday that is full of love, and hopefully you all are doing nothing but spreading love to one another. Now, I'm not sure how long I will be able to be on because, unfortunately, I caught a little bit of a cold. So, and I've been dealing with this. My headset constantly spinning me around and around and around and around. So, nothing I can do about it. I may just have to restart my PC afterwards, which is fine. But anyway, hope you all can hear me clearly. If not, then it must be something wrong on my end. Yes, you can hear me clearly. Good, good. All right. Make sure before we get started with the stream that you download Sunsama, the app. Amazing app. You use it to pretty much balance out your life and work stresses. Hey, maybe you need to add yoga and meditation to your schedule. So with Sunsama app, makes it real simple. You just simply click on, add onto your schedule or whatever the plus button pretty much the text says. You type in whatever it is you need and you click on to whichever app you want to integrate with. Let's say the Gmail app or the Google app. You just click and drag it to the day that you want. Just slide it on over. So let's just say you'll do yoga for 2 hours. Slide it from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. or 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And there you go. And you just keep doing that repeatedly. And there you go. It's just that simple. So don't forget to sign up for your 14-day free trial. And you should be all set and golden. The app has been fantastic for me, and I use it for a variety of reasons. So if you want to know more information, just simply type in the chat exclamation point SUSN. That's SUS SUNS SUNS. Alrighty. So I wanted to do this stream differently because I want to talk about Valentine's Day in a different light. You see, a lot of people look at Valentine's Day as a holiday where you're just lovey-dovey with your lover and whatnot. Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you some news, whether you like it or not. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm going to give you the rundown of what Valentine's Day is all about. Delicious. Valentine's Day started off as a war. A bloody one. It was called the Bloody Valentine's Day War, Bloody Valentine's War, or something like that. And after all that war and bloodshed, I forgot the opposing sides. I'll have to look it up. That's when both sides decide, you know what? Let's make this a day about spreading love and cheer. So that's what the red heart represents. It's a holiday that was filled with lots of bloodshed back then. That's what the first Valentine's Day was like. So now everyone uses this holiday to spread about love and whatnot. Unfortunately for some people, and especially those that I know, they're not feeling very cheery. Some are lonely. Some have dealt with loss. Some even dealt with a loss today. Um, and it has made their Valentine's Day very uneventful. And to those, I empathize with you. I mean, heck, you're looking at someone who's literally been single for going on 31 years. But the thing is, I just not ready to date, and that's okay. I like to get to know people and be friends and learn more about my gynosexuality, and I just been really happy. Honestly, I've been at peace because when you put yourself at a place where you just don't need that, somebody to say how much they love you, love you, love you, love you, and kissy kissy, it's a great feeling. But if you don't love yourself, then it's a problem. So today I just want to talk about why, you know, I personally feel love is misconstrued and also give some tips on how relationships for those that are a couple can last a lot longer. So, reinventors, you ready to learn more about love? Because we're going to learn about the true definition of love. So, get your snacks, get your voice recorders, and get your pen and paper out because this is going to be a doozy of a stream. And enjoy the music too. Very lovely French based music. So, let's begin. So, first off, we need to look up the definition of love. What is love? Now, of course, we could look up the definition of it and just simply just state what it is. Oh, it's the attraction to somebody. So let me just give my own definition of love, okay? Because every person around the world, I'm not worried about how many times I constantly keep spinning around and around and around and around and around. Not worry about that. Let me just go ahead and give you my definition of of love. And I'm getting invites, so I will have to wrap the stream up pretty shortly. So again, everyone wants to enjoy their Valentine's Day. I'm not really feeling the best, so I'll go ahead and state what I have to say, and then I'll check on see what the lads and lasses are doing. All right, because this is gonna constantly keep happening to me, so I'm gonna have to restart my headset anyway. But anyway, my definition of love is this is gonna be very powerful. So I want you to really, really, let this marinate. My definition of love, based off experiences, what I learned from others, what I read from books, seen in anime, cartoons, real life situations, what I deal with at my job, is it is the inward instinct that promotes healing, kindness, and patience. That's my definition of love. I'm going to say it one more time. It is the inward instinct that promotes healing, say healing, kindness, and patience. Now, what do I mean by that? See, love is powerful. It heals. It's kind. It's patient. It is something that nobody can fully explain. It is something that transcends to history. It is a term that can mend wounds. It is a term that can, bring together severed ties, promotes forgiveness. It is a term so powerful that if it is ever neglected, it can actually start wars. It can promote revenge. It can even bring about homicide or, worst of all, suicide. And you too, if you want to age restrict me for saying those words, that's fine, because you know I'm telling the truth. But some may ask, but Wilkins, how is love misconstrued? It should be simple, right? You're wrong. Love is misconstrued because what did I state that my definition of love is? It's an inward instinct. So what comes in comes out. So if you're in an environment that their definition of love is, making out non-consensually, it doesn't matter what you're taught by others and by many motivational speakers and love gurus, because you've seen that as a child. That's going to be your what? Natural instinct. Inward. That's what you saw. That's what you saw to your eyes, or what you heard. So now that is your inward instinct of love. So your version of love has been corrupted. So when you think of love, that's what you think of. It's nonstop sexual relations without consent. So your surroundings have a lot to do with how love works. Period. End of story. I don't want to hear it. It has nothing to do with IQs. It has nothing to do with your mental disability. It is all based on your surroundings. So if you're surrounded by hatred and you are taught at a young age that hatred equals love, that's how you're going to showcase love. So if you're someone that's, let's just say, both your parents, doesn't matter gender or whatnot, let's just say they're mercenaries. I'm just saying they're mercenaries or whatnot, and they done horrible things. And they told you straight to your face, I'm doing this because I love you. I kill because I love you. In the back in your mind, because you're young, that's going to resonate with you forever. So if you're ever in a situation, let's just say that kid ends up being a mercenary, right? And their task is to murder their own family. That's going to be the last words to hear. They're like, oh, no. You told me when I was 4 years old, when I saw you murder someone right in front of me, that you did it out of love. So I'm just doing the same thing. I love you, Mom. I love you, Pa. And as messed up as that is, it's the truth. It's the truth. Because depending on that kid who's now in a grown adult situation, well, let's just say they got kicked out of the house at 18 and they was left with that bitterness until they was like, I don't know, 24 or something. And they get tasked with a job, it's the same that they did, same connections as their parents, didn't even realize it until now. And when they were tasked with, oh, you have to do this, everything, the good that those parents may have done for them is going to easily be wiped away from that one moment because they never talked about it, never went to therapy or none of that. And then that's what happens. It's an inward instinct. So you have to be very careful who you surround yourself by. Be very careful who you surround yourself by when it comes to love, because it can be misconstrued. That's one way it can be misconstrued. I'm going to let you have a breather because I know that was a lot. The second way it could be misconstrued is through repeated lies and deception of your first lover. Oh. Second way, repeated lies. Yeah, I'm going to be spinning around. It's going to be repeated lies to your first lover. Lies and deception. Everyone remembers their first lover, which is why I tell all my fellow virgins, do not say I do until you mean it. Work on yourself. If you got something that's messed up in you, get that taken care of. I don't care what you have to do. I don't care how many steps you got to take. Get that taken care of first before you go up to that woman, that man, whatever, and you say I do. Because I'm telling you right now, because once you do that and that person mess you up, your whole conception of love is going to be messed up for a long time. Your first love is important. Your first date is important. that's messed up, you're messed up. There is no way out of it. Because everybody remembers their what? First love. They're going to remember that to the end of time. Even when they're dating somebody else, they're going to remember that. They're going to remember their first love, their first kiss, their first time that they have sexual relations. They're going to remember that. That's why when they say true love's first kiss or whatnot, when they say first kiss, it's a moment that is unforgettable because it's your first kiss. I never had my first kiss. You want to know why? Because I'm very sparingly with it. A first kiss is a beautiful moment. That means that you sealed the deal with that person, that this is it. Nowadays, and it's not just with this generation, the generation that's upcoming, which is Generation Beta. It's not Alpha. It's not even, the millennials. All generations fell for this trap. They kiss and they take it for granted. And then when they deal with their first breakup, they're angry. They're bitter. You see on Twitter, I hate Valentine's Day. This is the worst holiday ever. If I see anybody that's happy on Valentine's Day, I'm going to cuss them out. Why? Because they thinking about what that one person did to them. And I tell all my friends, I tell everybody, when they talk about they're in love and they dated for 2-3 years, I say, you keep that relationship strong. And don't let nothing destroy it. Because the moment it's destroyed, that's it. Then it's going to take more than therapy, a psychiatrist, and a psychologist to help you out. You're going to have to go up. You're going to have to reach up there. You know what I mean? And even then, you still got to go through a long, heavy process of healing. I'll give you a good example. Let's just say you dating somebody. You straight, they're not. No big deal. You kiss. It's a beautiful moment. And then all of a sudden, after you date this person for 5 years, y'all kiss, y'all have passionate, sexual relations, everything's just beautiful. They come out and they say, I'm actually trans, but I was too scared to tell you this. And I know you're straight. I'm sorry. Listen, it's not the fact that they're trans. It's the fact that they lied. And this has come from someone full-on trans supporter, trans lives matter and all that stuff. But I will say this to all of my trans friends, don't do stuff like that. That is so wrong. When you know someone is straight and you're dating someone and, you're a man, but you transition to a woman and you do something like that, that is not right. Here's the thing. And I promise you, if you were honest and they still want to date you, hey, good job. Awesome. But because you were so scared, you lied and said, well, I was born a woman, but not really. I was born a man, but I transitioned to a woman. And you date for 5 years and that guy's looking at you broken. They don't care. They don't care about the fact that, you're a man transitioned to a woman. They cared about the fact that you lied to them for 5 years. So guess what? Now he's broken. He has issues. He don't know who's a man, who's a woman, and now he's messed up. And now you're hurt because of the fact that you held on to a secret for so long, and now you hurt that man, and now you're hurt. So now when Valentine's Day comes, whatnot, you both hate it. Lies and deception. It could be something as drastic as that, or it could just be something as, the usual. Oh, hey, I know we dated for 2 months, but I found another lover. And here this person, woman, doesn't matter, lesbian couple, doesn't matter, had all these plans. They saved money for a trip and whatnot. They want to really get to know them. And they're told this. This happens on lots of occasions. Look at the statistics of marriage and divorce rates, breakup rates. It is sad. It's so sad because all they had to do was just communicate. Some of the problems that I have with my IRL friends is that they will not communicate with me. How you doing? I'm good. Okay. Anything you want to talk about? No, I'm good. They wait 1 month. They wait almost a year. Man, this is what happened. Why'd you wait that long? Talk to me. I have folks that want to date me and stuff, and I put them to the test every single time. It's not that I have trust issues. It's just that I'm careful. And you can't blame people like me for having trust issues at times. Not severe trust issues, but just a little. It's okay to, have like a little bit of trust issues here and there, but not to the point where it's like unhealthy. But you gotta be careful. Because once you seal that deal, I have people that tell me, "Oh, I like you. I want to get to know you. Oh, you fine. You this, you this." And I look at them, I'm like, I want to get to know you first. What's your name? What do you like? What are your interests? What are your hobbies? How often do you exercise? How often do you tell yourself in the mirror that I'm pretty? What's your spirituality? What moments do you get lazy? What moments do you like to work? Are you clean? I don't mean to give folks a questionnaire, but I'm like, I'm going to be living with you for the rest of my life. So I need to know what I'm going to deal with. I don't want no surprises. Oh, I was once a serial killer, but now I'm clean and, I've been saved and all that stuff. I mean, you better tell me that up front. Don't wait 7 years and then tell me this. Lies and deception. That's how love can be misconstrued. Number three is unforgiveness. When you are so unforgiving based on what happened to you or who you lost or the failure of the incompetence of a doctor who couldn't save somebody during Valentine's Day, week or whatever, you now sealed yourself away from people that actually want to get to know you. Can I give you some tips, please? I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this right now. Number one, you need to tell yourself that when you are in that unforgiving state, don't do like me and say, I'll never love again. That is the worst thing you can do. Don't ever do that. Give yourself a chance to love again. Not too quickly. Give yourself time to heal, time to cry. But do not ever tell yourself, I'll never love again. Do not ever tell yourself, because of this person, I can't love again. No. Your future needs another lover to help, your future offspring to flourish. That means you have to get over yourself. So number one, tell yourself there's another chance. Number two, get over yourself. Number three, cry, get mad, scream to the top of your lungs, get help, talk to a therapist, talk to your parents, talk to whoever you trust, talk to your friends, get it out your system. Don't hold it in. Number four, find you some hobbies, better yourself. And number five, you need to forgive what that person did to you immediately. Do not wait. Don't say, oh, I can't stand that person. I tell people this all the time. If I gave a list of things that people have done to me throughout my life, people would cry. I actually did a test, right, where I was talking to people and I told them like, oh yeah, you know me like this and this and this. But when I actually went in depth with them about why I am the way I am and and whatnot and why I don't date, most of them started crying. Most of them started tearing. Most of them became more empathetic. Some even sympathetic with me. You don't know a person unless you ask the right questions. If I were to give a long list of what each person has ever done to me, people would cry. People would be like, wow, you deserve all the love. And I'm going to look at them and say, When I talk, it's to teach. That's it. I've already moved on from that. It doesn't bother me anymore. I cried my tears. I shouted out to who I need to shout out to. I talk to whoever I need to talk to. I'm good. People think, oh, you're alone on Valentine's Day. No, I'm not. Yeah, this is a Valentine's Day that, you know, you already know. If you know, you know, is no longer with me. But at the same time, I'm happy because I didn't give myself away like that. Whatever happens in VR chat happens in VR chat. This is VR chat. I'm talking real life. When you actually go out there and date someone and then they break your heart, that's difficult to repair. You hear me? So please, you need to be careful on forgiveness. Too many people I talk to, so unforgiving. I can't stand this person. I can't stand this person. I hate this person. This person broke my heart. This person broke me. I guess and they're just miserable. And as they're talking, time is just going on by. Better get it together. My favorite quote, there's billions of buttholes, but there's billions of good people. Look for those billions of good people around the world. They still exist. Don't let the billions of, terrible people bring you down. 8 billion people. You telling me that the whole world jacked up? No, that's your way of thinking. There's still good people out there. You got to look for them. You got to do the work and you got to look for them. They're out there. Number 4. And this one is a powerful one. Leaning on your own understanding. Love is infinite. It is not just my definition. It's not just a textbook definition. It's not how Japan, China, Germany, Russia, Jamaica, it's not how they see it. It's infinite. It heals. It resurrects. It remedies. It brings about change. So you got to stop being so closed-minded about how love works because of what you went through. The reason why you see a lot of couples so just like, oh, they love each other, they love around their friends, but then as soon as everyone leaves, they bickering, they're arguing, they're mad, they're cussing, they're fussing. Because it's something in here. Remember, back to 3, unforgiveness. That's caused them to not have that passion and love again. This is what the LGBTQIA+, LGBTQ, this is what those that are straight. Now I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this right now. If you are straight, right, and you are making fun of folks of the LGBTQ because they can't have a child biologically, something's wrong with you. You're not a happy person. I'm going to keep using this quote forever and ever. I've never seen a happy person hate. I've never seen a happy person be so worried about what other people are doing. If you're happy and you're content, you won't care what others are doing. You'll be so happy, content, you'll be happy for them. Regardless of your belief, regardless of spirituality, you will be happy for them. That's what happiness is. Happiness is not flaunting your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Happiness is not showcasing all your success. Happiness is being happy and humble and joyful regardless of what you're going through. That's happiness. It's not constantly trying to look for wrong in the world. That's not happiness. It's not always trying to, oh man, see. That's not happiness. Happiness is having this peace that is unexplained, where you could see a bunch of madness and it won't even faze you. That's happiness. And trust me, that takes years to develop. And trust me, we'll all fail at that. We'll have moments where we're just like, oh boy. And when that happens, remember, just get yourself back in check. Get yourself back in check. The couples that I respect are the ones that know the importance of time and season, and they know they don't have to be all lovey-dovey just because they're around people. They can be lovey-dovey whether people watching them or not. And they know boundaries and they know respect. Those are couples that are actually happy and love each other. Now, this is going to be a controversial one right here. If you are happy with your lover and you are dating somebody IRL, you do not need to go around fooling with other people. You don't need to. All that attention needs to go straight to that one person. I don't believe in open relationships. I know a lot of my friends and stuff that like open relationships. I don't like that. Closed relationships are more powerful because when you find that one person that can make you happy, that is something that cannot be replaced. That is something that is unbreakable. That one person that you see, they will fulfill all your needs. They will understand you when you are sad, when you are depressed, when you are mad, when you are defeated. They will lift you back up. And same goes for you, vice versa with them. That is what you call unconditional love. You can't get that in an open relationship. Open relationships promote jealousy. They promote lust. They promote desires. Because it promotes way too many choices where it's like, oh, I can love this person and this person and this person and this person. And the problem is that there's always going to be that one or two people that want more. They 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 want more. It doesn't matter if you sign a legal binding contract. There's always going to be that one person that's going to want more. Oh man, well, they gave me passionate love last night. I need more of it. Even though the contract says, no, we got to share it. No. I want more. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. That's why open relationships don't work. Because it's always that one or two people that get obsessive over that one person and it just falls apart every time. See, I state the things that are not popular. And that's why I'm not popular on these streaming sites, because I say things that constitutes to the truth. People don't like the truth. And that's okay. You don't have to like the truth. And people are like, well, wait a minute, you part of LGBTQ. How is it that you have this much common sense? Because I want to have common sense. I want to be open-minded. I want to continue to learn more because I don't know everything. I want to be such an open book that I'm just filled with such vast knowledge from all different, parts of the spectrum of life that it's just unlimited. So that I'm always in a place where I can still learn. You think that I just got that definition about love just today? No. That is from experience, from others, through people, through IRL experiences, from what I've read, from nonfiction and fiction, and from interviews, and from just interacting with people. That's where I got that definition from. And one last thing, and then I got to clean up my my mess. It's no big deal. It's just sparkling. It's just sparkling drink. And honestly, this floor needs to be mopped anyway. But one last thing, and then we're going to take a break. One last thing. The fifth way how love can be misconstrued. Y'all ready for this one? The fifth way that can be misconstrued. It's distractions. Ooh, see, you weren't expecting that one, now were you? Distractions is one of the biggest ways how love can be misconstrued. Because if you are not fully determined that you're going to love this one person and you're distracted by this individual and this individual and this individual and this individual, now you got yourself a mess because you're so distracted. Oh, I love you, baby. And then you see someone with a big old, bubble butt and whatnot, and you're like, ooh. You're distracted. You're supposed to focus on her or him, but you over here focus on that one dude with the bubble butt, bubble butt. Now you got a problem. You're supposed to be loyal, but now you're distracted. So how do you fix this? Again, going back just a few, going back to a few points that, causes love to be misconstrued. You have to be honest with yourself. Am I ready? Do I have everything all sorted out? Is my money straight? Can I take care of myself if my lover gets sick? Is there something wrong with me internally? Have I got rid of all of my past lusts and desires? And if the answer is no to some of them, don't bother saying I'm interested in marriage. Don't even bother with dating. Don't bother with dating until you get yourself together. You hear me? Don't bother. Do not bother dating until you get yourself together. Don't bother. Because it's a two-way street when you date, and it's definitely a two-way street when you're married, except it's official. And when you're engaged, that is just a test. I hear all the time, oh, we're engaged. Oh, you're not married? No, we're engaged. So when you gonna get married? Test. It's a test. If you can't pass the test of dating without being distracted, then you can't go into engagement and you can't go into marriage. See, back in my day, it was just date, marry. Now it's date, engaged, then marry. Fight off your distractions. Meditate, work out, exercise. Why do I keep saying that all the time when it comes to how to deal with stress? Because if you read any book, if you look up any tips on how to deal with stress and anxiety, that's the number one thing they say. Meditate, work out, exercise. Change your diet. I'm not joking. Look it up. Literally one of the first 3-4 steps. Meditate, work out, exercise for 30 minutes, talk it out. I'm not just talking out my gluteus maximus. This is literally tips that they state in the books. They teach this in psychology classes. They teach this in anger management classes. But some people just like, it's gotta be another way. No, if you can find another way, tell us, please. Because with all the additional tips that are provided, it goes back to that. Because the human body, right? I'm speaking realistic terms now. I know I'm a pony. The human body needs to move around. It needs to exercise. It needs to vent stress. It needs to work out. It needs to state what it needs to say. It is not normal for someone to sit down all day and do nothing. We were not put on this earth for 100 plus years. Hopefully you can make it that long. To do nothing. We have to have stuff to do, to create, to invent. That is just who we are as people. So if you're serious about getting into a relationship, don't get distracted. I don't care if that woman or dude has the nicest butt, the most feminine voice of all time. If you are dating somebody, you better focus on them. And if that person tries to break your boundary, you better say 6 feet and back it up. They will try every trick in the book just to try to wreck your relationship with them because they're not happy. Don't fall for it. Now, if you're single, you ain't got to worry about that. But you still got to set them boundaries. What was it that my family member always told me? Oh, you were catch. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing? You were catch. And I would just say, how am I a catch? Well, let's stay like this. You're not on drugs. You don't smoke. You don't drink. You don't get into any trouble. Got a clean record. Got a nice, got a little decent job. No debt. And I could go on. They say you a catch. And I remember I looked at my mother. I was like, I'm not rich. And she looked like, what does that have to do with anything? Rich people mess up. And I used to say when I was kidding, how can they mess up? They got all this money. They can pay for this. They can pay for the best psychologist and the best therapist. And my mother looked at me like, just because someone has all this money to do all that, they still have to choose to do the right thing. And I was like, oh. Man, me when I was a kid. I swear. But yes, please, if you're thinking about dating, don't get distracted. The moment you say, I'm ready to date, and you are someone that's, likes the ooh-woo stuff, first thing to do is just get rid of it. And if it's a problem, get some help. Get through therapy and whatnot. Because that shows that you are serious. You are ready to dedicate half your life to that person. 50-50. Ride or die. And that's hard. If you went through your first date so early and you got hurt. I know I'm telling the truth. That's why nobody is never saying anything to me. So you want my tips real quickly because I got to honestly clean up my floor. Got to clean up my floor. Because it need to be mopped anyway. Be slow. Be slow like a turtle. I don't care if it irritates people. You better be slow. Be slow like the almighty tortoise. Oh, I like you. I want to date. Blah, blah, blah. You better be slow. We friends. We friends. We are friends. So I'm going to move slow like a turtle so you can understand, get the visualization. You move slow like the almighty turtle. I don't care how mad they get. Move slow. Test them. Oh, babe, I want this. Oh, sorry, I ain't got the money. I could pay for at least 30% of it, but you're going to have to pay for the rest of it. If they get mad, they break up with you, there you go. Wasn't meant to be. Move slow. Test the situation. Test their money situation. Test how much they spend on things they're not supposed to. Be their friend. See how much all they talk about do is sex. See what's in their mind. See if they're really serious about getting a job and getting a career. See if they're willing to take the steps. And once they start moving fast, then you move fast. And if they start moving slow, you move slow. Oh, baby, I want to have kids. Slow. Very slow. Very slow. You better move very slow. Oh, man, we both got careers and everything, but nah, we gonna be moving very slow now. Let me check my finance. Let me check and see if this record deal gonna pop off. Okay, we got some several $1 million. Okay, maybe we got one. Okay, so then you move fast. Y'all do it. Y'all been dating for a while. Okay, and then she talking about she want to have another one. Slow. And to all my LGBTQ folks, even if it's just adoption, let's adopt another kid. Slow. You better move slow. I don't care how mad they get. Let people get mad at you. Let them get mad at you. Please let them get mad at you. Because how mad they get at you is what you're going to deal with when you say, I do. Let them get mad at you. Let them expose their anger. That's good. Because that means if you're willing to deal with that, then hey, they're for you. Number 2, communicate, and give space. Communicate. Let's see y'all on Discord. Communicate for like 3 days. Give a space 1 day or 2 days. 3 days, 2 days. 3 days, 2-day break. 3 day, 2-day break. Now, if y'all get to really, really like each other, okay, you know, and then kind of like subtract. Add, subtract. You do the math. But do not communicate with this person all day, every day. Because they're going to feel like and look at you like you don't have no life. Give them their space. Number 3, stop always complimenting. Stop always commenting about how beautiful they are, how strong they are. Stop always talking about, all the things you want to do with them. Stop it. Move slow. Time your text. Time when you talk to them, especially from a third world country. Time it. You better time it. Listen, I made these same mistakes. You better time it. They start flirting with you and you don't feel like being flirted with. You need to speak up for yourself. You better set them boundaries. Slow. You better move slow. See how slow I'm moving? You better move slow. And if they don't want you, then they ain't for you. Because guess what? Love is patient and kind. If they can't work and roll with you and be patient with you and they constantly rushing you, then they ain't for you. Slow. You better move slow, enjoy your life, play all the games you want, enjoy the cars that you want, work on your career, enjoy your money, invest in 401k, invest in stock, save more, spend less, enjoy your freedom. Because the moment you start dating and you're not ready and you get distracted, you just messed yourself up. So slow, communicate, take breaks. Set boundaries. I cannot stress this enough. Set them boundaries right on the bat. They start pushing your buttons. Respectfully set boundaries. I apologize. Now is not a good time. What do you mean now is not a good time? Don't respond. They'll get the message. They'll message you back. Oh, hey, babe, I just want to check to make sure you're okay. Then respond. You got to set that record straight. So the next time she or she think about disrespecting you, they won't do it. You want to know why I'm moving slow while I'm talking? Because I'm trying to teach you something. This is something they're not going to teach you, and you know, when it deals with dealing with folks, because they want to teach you, oh, just go with it, But what they're not going to tell you is when you have to deal with child support. What happens if you know, your business deal doesn't work and you lose your job, and that woman was using for your money, or that man was using for your money, and you didn't know it because you never got out of the cupcake stage. Better move slow. Like your grandpa, like your grandma. The reason why my grandma and my grandpa, while their relationship lasted for so long, is because they moved slow. See this? Number 4, get elderly advice. I'm not saying you can't get young folks advice, but get elderly advice on top of that. Please. Get some expert elderly advice. It will save you every single time. It will save you from heartache. It will save you from, headache. They know. Even if the advice they give you doesn't sound right, they know what they're talking about. I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying some of them. The ones when they give you advice and it feels right and it all of a sudden works, they know. Your grandma and your grandpa, they have a successful, healthy relationship and they have been married for 50 years. You better get their advice before you get your friend's advice. Get their advice. Get a pen and paper, write it down. And move slow. Here's another thing. Pay attention to the signs. If everything's working out and you're moving slow and she's moving slow and y'all unprotected sex and all that stuff and everything's working fine and you're working fine, y'all got jobs and whatnot, and you're not doing any financial problems and whatnot, and everything's all good, you know how to handle your car, everything is just working fine, you're able to deal with problems, okay, then maybe you could move just a little bit faster, just a little bit. Okay, y'all did it. Y'all had your first moment where y'all had unprotected sex. Okay, you have a baby. Okay, everything's all good. You got your baby. You're doing well. You got your kid. Everything's fine. She talking about he or she want another one. Well, she wants another one because biologically speaking, only male, female can have kids. It's just the way it is. Just the way it is. Just deal with it. No big deal. No big deal. Anyway, as I was saying, slow. I want to adopt. Slow. I say slow because every person that talks about, oh, we're in love and all that stuff, and then they talk about after a year or so later, I'm so miserable, I can't stand that person, I can't blah, 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 I wish I never met them yet, because they didn't move slow. Well, this is boring, I don't want to be single forever, because you don't have no faith. You keep speaking that you're never going to find a lover, but you haven't improved yourself, so therefore you made it so people can't even give a chance to want to meet you. Better move slow. And the last piece of advice that I have to give, and I think I already gave this already, is work on yourself while you're dating, while you're getting to know people. Work on yourself and have confidence in this person that you're dating, that if they really, really like you, they will always be thinking about you. They will message you. If you don't hear from them for a week, if you don't hear from them for 2 days, 3 days, don't worry about it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Because someone that loves you will not play games with you. Let me say this one more time. Someone that loves you, someone that wants to date you, will not play games with you. They will be sensible to your heart, sensible to your feelings, and they will understand you and your weaknesses, and they will work through it, not try to expose it to their friends, and they will never gossip because that's how much they love you. That type of love is hard to find, but it is possible. Billions of buttholes, billions of good people. You can do it. If you have to go to a third world country, you can do it. They're out there. And I don't care if they're part of LGBTQ or not, they're out there. You will find true love. You just have to be patient. I don't want to be like the 40-year-old virgin. I don't want to. Who cares? What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Now, I understand that there's some folks that may have some issues with flirting. Your therapist will help you with that. They'll get you a marriage counselor, like love counseling and whatnot. That's fine. Now, if that's the situation, then understandable. I agree. If you're like 40, 50 and you still got a lover, I'll admit, yeah, we got to work on that. But here's the thing are you happy? Isn't that all that matters? That's what I'm saying. Valentine's Day is not about trying to have a couple and have love and buy all this stuff. It's what's in you. It's what's in you. That's what matters the most. Do you love you? If you don't love you, you can't love nobody else. If you hate you and you neglect you, you can't love that person. I don't care how much that person loves you. If you don't love you, you can't love nobody else. If you're not happy with you, you can't be happy for nobody else. That's how love works. So this Valentine's Day, if you're like me and you had to do a little bit of grieving, or your day didn't start off right, or you're dealing with people who dealt with breakups, or you dealt with a breakup, or you dealing with someone that messed you up so badly, use this time to show love. You don't have to say Happy Valentine's Day. You only have to say Happy Hearts and Loves Day. All you have to do is just simply love. Love by example. Love by giving someone a hug. Love by giving someone a high five and saying, you look beautiful today. You look miraculous today. Wow. That art piece you did looks amazing. Good job. Oh, it's not good. I think it looks great. I will hang that on my wall. I'll make it my wallpaper. As a matter of fact, let me do that right now. That's what Valentine's Day is about. And the beautiful thing about Valentine's Day is that every day should be Valentine's Day. It should not just be one day that we show love. Yes, it's a day that we show special love, but it should not be the only day that we show love. It should, every day should be a day that we show love to one another. Every day, not just one day. Same with the couples. Not, it shouldn't just be this one day that you have passion and love. It should be every day or whenever you can that you have passion and love. Now I get it. Valentine's Day is where everything's a little bit more special. Fine, this could be the more special day of love, but every day should promote love. Every day should promote happiness. Every day should promote peace. Every day should promote forgiveness. And you don't have to spend a dime. That's the beautiful part. If you do, it's a choice. Let me explain how I spent Valentine's Day, right? I wish folks happy Valentine's Day, and I bought some things. I bought my friend Coco Puff's avatar. I was like, whatever, it's cool. There's my Valentine's Day gift right there. I bought something that I needed for my avatar in the future for my pony, little tail variations. There you go. That was something. I just wish someone a happy birthday. Just simple stuff like that. There was someone that was very nice to me by the name of Nate, and they cuddled and they showed me lots of love. Wow, I was talking about the worst anime ever, and there was two friends of mine that I met through TikTok. They were a couple, and they introduced me to something called the Apple Experiment video. And we just watched that while I was sick, and Arrow came and saw me, and Crystal came and wanted to make sure I was okay. Just simple stuff like that, and it didn't cost a dime. And if it did cost a dime, it was out of my choice. I just did it because I wanted to show support. The whole Bond Avatar and stuff like that. That was just me showing support. You know, my family member cooked me something to eat. Chicken strips and vegetables, and I got a nice little bubbly drink. Simple stuff. My dog showing me love. Those who came by my stream just to say hi. Simple stuff. And heck, I think I gifted some subs to some streamers a day before. Just simple stuff. Here's one thing to do. Hey, y'all know Abandoned Fund, right? They're trying to reach partnership and they're going through a hard time. Go check them out on Twitch. Go sub to their channel. Simple stuff like that. That's what Valentine's Day is about. I know that cartoons, anime, and whatnot, they show Valentine's Day differently, but that's what we need to see more of. And I highly recommend you all watch Cordially Invited. You're Cordially Invited by Will Ferrell and many other actors. It's not the best movie, but the movie hits the nail, right on the head. It talks a lot about what can happen during a wedding ceremony, and about what happens when you can't forgive yourself, how you can't love others, and how you can be overprotective of your own kid who's now an adult. It hits the nail all that. It talks about old customs about, hey, before you marry someone, meet the parents first, get their permission, get their approval, get to know them first. Don't just do things on your own. And that's another thing about love. Love is respectful. If you don't know anything about respect, that relationship's going to be gone. You got to also respect not just yourself, but her or him and their family and friends. If you can't respect any of that, say goodbye to the relationship years later. Don't be surprised if you come home after a long day of work, you got your bottle in hand, it don't matter how much money you have, and you hear this, you see this note talking about, I met someone else, blah, blah, blah. That's your fault. I just gotta be real with you. And you know that I never led you wrong. To the people that always look at me and they say, "Why do you do this? People barely listen and watch you." I'm speaking out in the atmosphere for those who eventually do. It may be a year later, it may be 2 years later, it may be 10 years later. There was a video that I was looking for based off an old anime. I'm not going to spoil because I'll save that for Monday. But I'm going to do a collab with somebody Monday. And we're going to talk about this one anime. I'm not going to spoil it. And, you know, I checked out some of the views on some of these old videos. They didn't get a lot of views, 4,000, you know, whatnot. And this for 7 years ago, 100,000. And that's not a lot for YouTube standards these days. But back then, 100,000 views was gold. 1,000 views was something to celebrate. That was amazing. Times have changed, you know. But because of the fact that someone kept those videos, I was able to have the pleasure to watch them and meet someone that I didn't even knew existed. So don't ever get discouraged just because you got low views. Someone's going to find your stuff. And someone's going to look back at it and be like, who is this person? It happens to me all the time. I had someone message me on my Yashahu account, and they stated, I saw you at the Prison Escape World. You never know who you're going to impact in this life. You can impact one person. That one person could end up one day, years later, be the president of the United States. They could be an astronaut. They could be one of the top 15 kickboxers. They could be a teacher because of you. They could be someone that already has a gun pointed to their head and then they put the gun down because of you. Don't ever sell yourself short just because you're not popular. Get the word popular out of your head. I follow the thing of popularity is overrated because popularity is just a light that just starts to fizzle out over time. It is shared. It is not. It doesn't remain with the person forever. Popularity is deceiving because what popularity teaches people is this person has it all made in the shade. They know what they're doing, when in reality, they don't. I'm glad I'm not popular. I couldn't imagine having 10,000 people viewing me and listening to me. Do you know how many people be commenting on my chat and I have to try to keep up with all of that? It's not my time. I know some folks that have been grinding on their respectable platforms for over 5 years and they're finally getting the respect that they deserve. And I say good on them. Being popular has so much more risks than it did back then. I don't state what I say to be popular. I state what I say because it's the truth. And the truth is never popular. It makes people angry. But over time, they come back for the truth. I watch videos that are not popular. I watch YouTubers that are not popular. I watch Twitch streamers that are not known by a lot of people, and they have powerful voices, incredibly intelligent, doctors, lawyers, nurses, firefighters, authors, indie game designers, 3D artists that nobody knows about because I don't search for what's popular. I search for what's different and unique. I still have friends of mine that are stuck on what's popular. Then there's me. That's cute. Ain't my thing. You want to know what happened when I actually tried to go the popular route? I missed out on the things that I like to do. I missed out on moments that I could spend time with my friends. If you end up popular, I'm happy for you. But here's the thing that you have to understand. When you're dead and gone, make sure that whatever you have done, it was meant something. Too many rich folks dying like flies, and they're only remembered for the last thing that they did. Not all their past works, the last thing they did. It's just human nature. It's just how it works. And that's why I did that one stream where I showed lots of love. I showed all the love, and I want to give those, even if they're not popular, their respect. That's why I did the whole Dragon Ball jogging event on my TikTok. I did it for them. I did it for all the folks that were popular and unpopular, the ones that passed away. The ones who were popular, their fame fizzled out because people got tired of them or bored of them. And then as soon as people heard that they passed, they're like, oh. So this Valentine's Day, if you're sad because you're single, be sad no more. Because I'm with you. I'm single too, and I'm happy. Because if you knew the things that my brothers are going through right now because they found someone that they thought was the one and they didn't wait, I guarantee right now, if I can get my brothers on VR chat as ponies or whatever persona, just to tell you all to be patient, tell them their testimony, it will shock you. You do not need to have a lover right now if you are already jacked up on the inside. If you are someone that's, get mad if I tell you this, lazy, finances are all messed up, don't have a car, barely, have any type of self-love for yourself, don't bother. Do not bother. It's a wonderful feeling. Let me tell y'all a story, okay? I'm going to tell y'all a quick story, then I seriously got to clean up, and I'm going to take a little break. I met someone at Ferrari Aqua. I'm not going to state their name. Beautiful woman. Very beautiful woman. And they mesmerized me. I was in my otter avatar, and they was in their otter avatar. It was great. I had a wonderful time, and I said, we're going to chill. She flirted, I flirted, and I said, we're going to watch The Boys. We're going to watch The Boys, season 1, season 2. We're going to go over some psychology articles because she was heavy into psychology. I was heavy into psychology, and had it playing. I was happy. I was working out, exercising. I was like, oh, I'm about to get lucky finally. And, well, my friends told me some things that they found out about her, and then I learned some things about her. And I was like, okay, no problem, we can still work this out. So I decided to join in on her in an instance, and I was so happy. I was like, ooh, I'm about to be lucky. Had on my cute little otter. I wanted a new one, right? I wanted a new otter avatar. And I walked in, and then I heard the most heartbreaking news. Oh, so yeah, I love my girlfriend. The world around me froze for a bit. It felt like it. And I, for the first time in a long time, I shut down. And it was my fault for having those expectations. And I just sat there. And I found the world was big. I went somewhere and I just hid. Muted my mic. And I tried my hardest not to cry. I was led on just to be deceived. So I just played it off when she found me. And I was just like, oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And ever since then, I had to do everything that I could to forgive her. This is, mentally for me and, on a spiritual level and everything. And then I would mess her and say, hey, hey, buddy, how you doing? And I would talk and everything. We'll still, be like furries, boop, boop, and all that fun stuff. And then we just stopped talking. And then I messaged her again. She told me that her friend died. Her good friend died. And then I would message her and see, and then I would notice some parts and notice some things going on with her status. And then before you know it, when I try to find her, she unfriended me. It was not on, now the odd thing was it was not on VR chat. It was on Discord, because that's usually where we would message each other. And I tell you, I had choices. I could have been mad. I could have been bitter. I could have been just like the rest of everybody. Oh, I don't like this holiday. This holiday sucks. This holiday thing is so redundant. I don't like it. It stinks. I could have been that person. Or how about this? Here's another set of stories. I meet someone here. I like them just to find out that they're dating somebody. And then they still will say, oh, it's okay. We can still do it because my lover says it's okay. You know how dirty that makes me feel? How much that hurts me? I never tell them like, oh, yeah, I mean, well. So now you understand that you are not alone. You're not the only one who has been hurt. And before any of y'all say, try IRL, I did try it. Same situation. And the individual that I end up liking moved way too fast. And my family member, who I wanted to wait to introduce her to, literally told me she's not the one. And she was honest. This woman called me her Disney prince. So before any of y'all look at me like I'm being cruel, when people approach me in a way and I don't immediately say I want to date you, you don't know the half of what I went through. That was just 5% of what I went through when it came to relationships. And this is coming from someone who hasn't bothered dating. I didn't even consider that with the other woman a date. I just consider like us just getting to know each other as friends. I didn't even consider it a date. So when someone told me they broke up with me, I was confused because like I didn't know we were dating. Never been on a date except prom date. I remember I had a Valentine. That was fun, but it was temporary. It was just a friendly little Valentine. We watched a movie together, do Discord, I believe, and we just talked to have fun, and we spent 3 hours together, and that was it. Haven't heard from them since. Now you understand why I am the way I am and why I look at Valentine's Day. And I've always looked at Valentine's Day this way because at a young age, I was taught so many things. And ongoing. Well, I look at this holiday as a day to just show love, regardless. This means loving your enemies. Oh, you didn't look when I said that, now did you? You wasn't expecting that, now were you? Yeah. See, love isn't just towards the good people. It's also towards people you can't stand. If you know, you know. Love thy enemy. You also gotta love them too. I'm not saying, oh, well. No, I mean, you gotta wish them well, forgive, and not only that, not only that, you gotta wish their family well. Because let me tell you something, with every evil person you deal with in your life, if you ever meet any anyone in their family, I promise you that one person is going to be the sweetest to you. And if you were to tell them, not everything, just little tidbits of what happened in a respectful manner, they will apologize. And they're going to tell you straight to your face, and it's going to make you mad. They would never do that. I know them. Oh, they're the sweetest person. They would never be mean. Oh, they would do. And you just going to try your best not to ball your fist up. That's why you have to have a forgiving heart. Because you never know who is going to say they're sorry. You want to know how I know? Because I had to do the exact same thing. I said it to all of my father's past wives. I will straight up tell them to their face, I'm so sorry to what my father did to you. Please forgive him. And they would be shocked. And I was like 11, 12, 14, 16 years old in this every single time. And they would look at me and be like, I was thinking about doing something to your father, but because you were so sweet and kind, I'm not going to do it. All because I had to stand up and be the man that my father wasn't and say what he should have said. You don't want to go through crap like that. You don't want to go through the lovey-dovey stuff and whatnot, marry someone just to find that person's a psycho, and you end up with 2 kids by yourself having to raise them, and then you're angry and you're bitter. Do you really want to go through that? You want to know why shows like the Maury Show and all these shows exist? Because people couldn't be patient. And when you read the comments, they're very unforgiving. Unless you want to be in that situation, please wait. I don't want to be alone forever. I don't. Listen, look at me. I understand. But while you're alone, work on you. Somebody's going to be attracted by you, and somebody's going to want you for you. Not your money, not your success, you. They're out there. And you need to believe that they're out there. But people that are mean to you, and you surround yourself with more that are mean to you are going to make you believe that everyone is like that. Don't let 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bad people in a community make you feel like that everyone's like that. Don't put yourself through all the heartache and pain. Don't do that to yourself. You're better than that. Look in the mirror, tell yourself, I'm better than this. I'm better than my pain. I'm better than what the people have done to me. You are better than that. You are better than that. You have to be better than that. I saw someone put in their status, hey, Valentine's Day. I didn't care. I messaged them anyway. I was waiting for them to cuss me out. I ain't got nothing to lose. And I would have told them straight up, it's a shame that you're letting this one person ruin your whole day when they're not even thinking about you anymore. And you're now closing yourself off to all candidates that would love to get to know you because you're angry, because you're bitter. Had to snap her out of it. I get sick of that. And I tell people all the time when they're sitting there sad and depressed, look at all the opportunities, books, and I even speak their lingo, video games that you're missing out on because you sad and depressed. Look at the beautiful sky that you're missing out on. It's a slap in the face to wake up depressed and sad every single day when there's so much to be thankful for. It really is. So this Valentine's Day, I want you all to do the following. Heal. If you're someone that's alone and you don't want to date, you need to find something healthy to do and heal. Heal, cry it out, talk to someone, and give it a chance. Give dating a chance, but take it slow. And don't make it official. Let's be friends. I want to get to know you. Know people during their worst days. Know people when they start shutting down on you. Because that's what you're going to deal with when you decide to date or marry them. You better know these folks during their worst days. You better know how these people are when they're angry and pissed off and frustrated. You better know these people during their worst. And you better know how to deal with it. Because if you can't deal with it, the relationship is not going to work. You got to know people at their worst, or you will not know how to help them. If you know people only at their best, then you will know how they are at their worst when you really push them to their limit. Better just get it on over with. And even if they're healed and they're saved and all this, because you'll get these people to, oh, I'm healed, I'm saved. You better tell them, if you need to cry, cry. Don't let that positive toxicity, land on you. Don't let it rub off on you. You better tell them, if you need to cry, cry. If you need to get mad, mad. If you need to cuss, cuss. Get it all out your system before we even say this is done and over with. I feel it should be, not by law, but it should just be an obligation for anybody decides to date. Anybody decides to marry, they need to go to marriage counseling. It should just be one of the steps. And if you can't afford marriage counseling, then it should be where family versus, it's not family versus family. It should be family and family all coming together, all having an AANA meeting. being honest with one another, talking about their relationships, talking about their problems. And then they can make the final determination whether or not they want to be together. And if after all what they dealt with, after all what they said to one another, that's brutal one another, and they still want to be together, and there you go. Then you know they're for each other. Because I'm sick and tired of folks talking about they in love, but they're not honest. Oh, I'm in love with you. Dated for 20 years and all of a sudden break up? No. Dated for 5 years and then all of a sudden all these secrets start popping up? No. Heal if you're grieving. Heal if you dealt with a breakup. Heal if you're dealing with people that have hurt you. That's your number one objective after you said your happy Valentine's Day or whatever, and you spread love to others. You need to take some time for yourself and heal. Even if you got to take yourself offline for a bit, heal. That's your number one objective, is to heal. Heal inwardly, mostly. Write letters to yourself. Write thoughtful letters to those that you're thinking about. It's one thing to be the person that wishes everyone a happy Valentine's Day and whatnot, and then there's another where you do it and you're still hurting. No. You need to heal. And then the next Valentine's Day, I promise you, if you follow these steps, you're going to be happier. You're going to be so happy that you're not going to know what to do with yourself. Even your lover going to be looking at you like, you okay? You got to heal. If you don't heal, it's going to be another year. Happy 2026! And you're going to still be angry. How long you want to heal is up to you. But don't take too long, because there are people that want to give you a chance. But you better make sure that the person that you date, the person that you marry, has all their secrets told. Because if they don't, it's going to hurt. I would rather deal with someone telling me they used to be a prostitute, gangbanger, they made all this money and all of this stuff. They did all this stuff, but didn't state that they were clean and everything. They told me everything. That I would rather them show me how much they improved. A life transformation story. Than for them to lie to me and tell me that they're successful and they have nothing wrong with them. Everybody's got skeletons in their closet. These popular furs that some of y'all worship a little bit too much, they got skeletons in their closet too. They just won't tell you. And trust me, it's easy to figure them out if you listen to what they're actually saying. Catch them on their worst day when they stream. They'll tell some things that they're not even supposed to say. And if they say some things that are way out of line that their agency won't like, they'll delete the stream, hoping that nobody clip what they said. I don't care if people clip what I say. I mean what I say. I stand by what I say because I know it's the truth. So that's y'all objective. I want y'all to heal. Stop thinking about that person that hurt you. Stop thinking about your ex. If it's not in a positive light, stop thinking about your ex. Stop thinking about that family member that hurt you. Stop thinking about that. If it's that bad, you need to get you on some medication and you need to get some help. You need to talk to yourself and tell yourself you need to snap out of it. It's been 10 years and you still think about that same person that bullied you. Snap out of it. Bet you weren't expecting this type of Valentine's Day stream, huh? Because all the other Valentine's Day streams, they're going to talk about spread love, spread positivity, and oh, you're wonderful beans, and boop, 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 boop. You got the wrong furry streamer. You got the wrong one. Because I went through too much to just sit here and do all of that everyone else is doing. If you were expecting any of that, you got the wrong streamer. You got the wrong one. I'm not like them. I'm different. I'm my own version. I am me. I'm unique. I'm a rarity. Doesn't mean I'm better. And I'm definitely not the worst. I'm just telling you right now, this is just how I am. You can try to change me all you want. You can try to, whatever. It's not going to work. I'm going to always stand by the truth, even if I stand alone. So there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and clean up my mess now. And, that spell on the floor. And I hope you all have a wonderful, fantastic Valentine's Day. I'm going to take a little break. I'll be back and I'll have some closing statements. But for now, enjoy the music. And if you like, share the stream. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Check out my Yahoo. Check out my Instagram at WilginsYY. And definitely check out my Clapper. And I'm also on Trovo too. So check that out too. That's TROVO. Check that out and make sure you follow me there. Well, hopefully my advice was worth something. If not, then you can just yeet it and move on. Well, I'm back. That was fast. Okay, so any questions? Was I too far off the end? Oh, and I'm spinning again. 1 hour and 37 minutes. That ain't bad. But hopefully my tips help. And if my tips are not as detailed as you want it, check out Right Wing Marini Girl. She's really good with you know, love advice and the language of the woman and whatnot, and even the men. So definitely check her out. She's pretty awesome. She's still making her content. Remember, I think I bought one of her packages, and it was very, very helpful. And I still remember everything that she stated. I watched over 150 of her videos, and they were all helpful. And we're very thankful for people like Right Wing Marini Girl. Or Marini White Wing Girl, I think that's the name. I think I got an invite somewhere. I don't know, but oh, it's a drinking event. I don't know if I want to go to that. I'm trying to stay away from certain groups on certain events. So if it's like anything dealing with partying, getting drunk, me personally, I just don't want to deal with that. I really don't. But I'll probably just hop by and see what's going on. So, guess I could do that. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? I mean, what could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Anyway, I guess I'll check out and see what's going on. I'll give it like a few minutes or so. I'll check out Scrum and I'll check out this one event. So yeah. But hopefully this was all very helpful. Much love to you all. And you all have a good one. And I'm outie like 3000. And don't forget, check out Sunsama. It's good app. Good app.
To keep this dream alive, I know I must be a symbol of hope. I am the one.
Reinvent till you bleed and always ask why.